Hello. Hey CK.
Baske?
Why have you got me here and you're making me stand like this?
Yes, I want to know about your ownership of the KTM 3000 4 months. So I have prepared a few questions and I made a note on my mobile because I might tend to forget.
So
Are you ready?
that's a long list of questions, is it?
Yes.
Make a note on the phone. Shoot CK, start.
Okay. Ready. What's the first word that comes to mind when you ride this motorcycle, the KTM ADV 390?
Light. That's the word that comes to mind first. Light. The lack of weight, the sensation of lightness.
How does it make you feel the moment you swing a leg over it?
Home.
Is it a bike that feels intimidating or welcoming?
I will not say the bike is intimidating. I was intimidated the first time I threw my leg over it as a owner. Test rides, all that done. I bought it, took delivery, was going to sit on it and say, this is my motorcycle, let me start riding. Yes, there was some intimidation because it is new, it is fast, it's got a host of electronics. My first KTM, motorcycle didn't intimidate me, I felt intimidated. But short duration, after that, comfortable.
A nice way of putting it across. Do you feel like you're on top of it or inside it when you sit on it?
I would say midway. I am not on top of it, I am not in it. I am where I want to be.
How quickly do you feel at home with it?
I felt quickly at home on it.
How quickly?
Yeah, it was quite quickly.
What's the biggest smile factor for you?
The quick shifter.
Oh, yeah.
That's the most enjoyable part. Even after 4 months and 3,000 kilometers, it puts a grin on my face when I use the quick shifter.
Yeah, I now need to bring my A+++ game to be on par with you
Yeah.
or to, be in your sights. Do you feel fatigue after a long ride?
Not at all. In fact, among all the motorcycles I have ridden, I would say this gives me the least fatigue per hour of riding.
Big words. Huge compliments. Does it give you confidence on bad roads, Baske?
Yes, yes. I learned to adapt to the characteristics of this motorcycle within my skill sets quicker than I had anticipated.
What's the bike's personality, Baske? Calm, aggressive, or just being playful, naughty, mischievous?
The last three playful, naughty, and mischievous. I feel mischievous when I'm on it, in my own way of feeling mischievous and naughty and playful. Yeah, that's what this brings out.
Yeah. Okay. Is it more of a road bike dressed as an ADV or a true ADV at heart?
It's an ADV. This is what is my definition of an adventure motorcycle. It can do touring, it can do bad roads, and in between I can do some commuting also.
I like that answer. Is it forgiving if you make mistakes?
Yes, it is forgiving because of its weight, or rather the lack of weight and ergonomics, everything. Yes, it is forgiving, yes.
Considering the long list of motorcycles that you have owned in the recent past and in the past, how does it compare to as a fun factor?
Now, let me set the context before I give that answer. As I have continued on my motorcycling journey, every year, every change, every time I learn something new, the fun factor is only increasing. So whether it is to do with the motorcycles as they are getting better over the years, which they have technologically, design-wise, capability-wise, and with experience, I'm learning to do things even better now than I was last year, even better than I was 5 years ago, or 10 years, 20, 30 years ago. So without actually connecting it to the specific motorcycle, I will say I am having the most fun on a motorcycle right now I've ever had.
Yeah, I've seen that. I think the last 3-4 years of riding every weekend, I know you're bringing out the little hooligan in you.
There's a hooligan in me. He's ready to race.
And that's what he says after that.
That's a long list, CK.
Yes.
Oh my God, it must have
Yes.
taken you weeks to prepare.
Yes, when you hit me on saying, okay, we need to do a video, I thought, let me make it up.
Instead of me ranting and talking and going eloquently and poetically about everything, pointed questions and hopefully pointed answers.
Yes. How does it feel in slow, relaxed city riding now that you made a mention of it?
It feels easy to ride. It does not make its height or the power or throttle response, because the KTMs normally are on the edge. They are at peak performance in all aspects, in terms of suspension, in terms of handling, in terms of engine, in terms of throttle response. Easy to commute.
And when you push it hard, how does it feel? You're comfortable on it?
Fun. The same thing, the non-intimidating character carries over when pushing it also. Initially, I used to be a bit scared of it because I didn't know what it can do. I didn't want to do something which will really scare me. But over the last 3,000 kilometers, I don't think there's anything in it that's going to scare me.
I've seen you weave in and out of traffic, which you were never doing earlier. That's why I said the little hooligan in you. What about it?
Exactly. It encourages. That's the confidence it brings. It responds. It gives some feedback. So I'm able to push this a little more than what I have been able to push most of the other motorcycles I have ridden.
And riding off-road, standing on the pegs.
This is how I would have designed my off-road motorcycle, where the pegs are, where the handlebar is, the width of the seat, and the entire posture.
Considering that you've been saying the motorcycle is light, how does it feel on the corners? Does it make you feel nervous, a bit jittery for the lack of weight or for its weight?
Yeah, initially when I used to push this motorcycle, I used to get a feeling of the motorcycle being unsettled a bit. It's a bit jittery, it's a bit shaky. However, I understood that is the character of this motorcycle. It is the feedback that it gives. It is not that it is getting unsettled or it's going to let go or wash out or do something that I don't expect. That is the character. And once I understood what those little shakes and jitters mean, that don't bother me, I push it even more. And it doesn't magnify. So it's totally a reflection of the road surface. It is letting me know what is there. And initially the suspension also was a bit firm because it's brand new. Now it's kind of settled a bit, and I have made a little bit of adjustment on the front. I have cranked the preload down a little, and the damping also I have cranked it down. Now it's right now exactly where I want it to be. Rear is at stock preload.
Okay. So how's the connection been like? The throttle, the rider and the road, since you just mentioned about it, you want to elaborate a little bit more on it?
Yeah, ride-by-wire, it felt funny to start with. It's a different ride-by-wire. Each ride-by-wire has got a different way it responds. I have learned how to use this now. So it's that hesitation, that pause, or that little bit of burst of acceleration, all that has been rewired now. So I have a good connection between my right wrist and my brain.
Is it a bike that you trusted right away, or did you take some time to understand? Did you have some honeymoon period before the harsh reality hit you?
Yeah, it is not because of anything, but the fact that I wanted to take it step by step. I didn't want to discover something by making a mistake.
Good way.
Oh, I shouldn't do that. Let me roll it back. No, that's not how I probably go about most things. I am now getting to understand it more. So that's how I went about it.
What's the thing that surprised you the most about the ride on this?
The liveliness. It's alive. It gives a lot of feedback. Like I said, the suspension is firm. It's got a lot of travel, but it is firm. So it gives a lot of feedback of the road conditions. Those rumble strips, those paint lines. So I get so much of sensation back from the suspension and also on the handle without it magnifying to a place where I start to get worried about it.
You mean to say it's not intrusive, but it gives you sufficient feedback in case you would want to make any corrections, you can possibly do it.
Yeah, like I said earlier, initially I felt, it was nervous.
Yeah.
It is not nervousness. I interpreted it as nervousness because I was used to something that is much more
Heavier.
planted, heavier, and
yeah.
more stable. Let me the Himalayan 450.
Yes.
Yeah, 14,000 kilometers on that. All kinds of terrain across the country. So there is a certain preset
Yeah.
in the mind how it should be. So that was very planted. This was quite different. It was so I interpreted it as nervousness, but it is not. It is not nervousness. It is communication, I would say,
Okay.
of the road surface, the surroundings.
We've done a breakfast ride.
Yep.
We've come here.
Yep.
So when you got off the motorcycle, what was the feeling that is still lingering on in your brain?
Can we go for a lunch ride?
I wasn't expecting it. It makes you want to ride a little bit longer, if I get it right.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Fatigue is no longer an issue. Multiple reasons I have mentioned. I have been working on my physical fitness also. So
I know.
that has also contributed because I have ridden on other motorcycles on long days, not just this in the last 4 months. So that way it's a combination of myself improving my physical fitness and the motorcycle's capability. So together, long days, welcome, bring it on.
So, how do you elaborate on the balance between the comfort and the excitement of the motorcycle? Excitement on being on the motorcycle.
I am excited. You mentioned it just a few minutes ago. I was
Yeah.
weaving in and out responsibly.
I had a tough time catching up with him.
I was doing a CK on CK. Seldom I do that. Once in several rides that I do that. He's a live witness to that. And today was one of those days where he found me fast, close to where he is capable of riding, still within his comfort. I was pushing it, but I was still comfortable. Yeah.
Honestly, yes. Today when I was riding behind you, I was like, Baski's got some new springs in his...
There's a new spring in his bottom.
I mean, like the way you were calculating it,
Yeah.
and you were weaving in without, braking or without letting go of the throttle. It showed that you had planned the move much ahead rather than, sneaking up to the ass of the truck and then, sneaking,
Slamming the brakes,
it
dropping
wasn't
two
like that.
gears, opening
Yeah.
throttle. So kind of maintaining the momentum, seeing a gap that is developing, roll
Yes.
off here,
Yes, I
feather,
could sense that.
feather the throttle. Once the gap is there, go
Yeah.
through that. So as I said, every year I am learning, I am getting better at riding, and it so happens this is encouraging me to become a better rider. Well, it's rewarding. That's what I would say.
And on the way back, Baski, I had to open throttle at least a second or a second and a half ahead of you opening just to be in touch with you. You were that fast.
Lively.
Yeah. So, if this bike were a character in a story, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as a naughty, bright young man.
Any character that you can think of?
I would describe it as a young James T. Kirk. Yeah, in the 2009 Star Trek, there is kind of a build-up to the young life of James Kirk. So it's a bit of a gone case.
Okay.
Not a total nut case, but then it turns out good in the end.
Okay. Now that you've been all pomp and glory about the
Yeah.
motorcycle,
Yeah.
some of the not so nice things on it, Baski, I made a few questions on it.
Okay.
What is the one thing that you did not like in this motorcycle?
The weird buzz at around 5,000 RPM. It starts at just under 5 and it goes away just after 5. It's the resonance RPM which all engines have. However, everything in the motorcycle howls.
Yeah.
It's not like a buzz, it comes and goes. It's like the buzz starts and then I don't know what is shaking, what is vibrating. Everything starts to, it's a horrible RPM to be riding at 5,000 RPM. I think some people have messaged me that they're feeling one by the way. So I think I avoid that RPM either by using a different gear or kind of staying out of it. But can't escape it. We have to go past that RPM. So that is something I would see what we can do about to get rid of that, to minimize it. So let's say we cannot get rid of a resonance RPM of any kind of a reciprocating or moving mass. There will be a resonance, but this at 5,000 makes itself so obvious. So that's one thing I would like to change.
So what's another thing that you don't like?
Another thing I don't like is the tire noise. Grip, handling, the feedback, everything. These Apollo tramplers are good. I am happy. In fact, I'm considering if these tires can be used in other motorcycles that carry the same size of wheel rim. But the tire noise is loud. It starts at around 40, 45. You can feel a hum. There's a gentle hum. Initially, the first time I rode it, I was like, what's going on? Is something happening? Is there a vehicle behind me or somebody following me?
Some truck coming.
Yeah. So that is something, I don't know, that's for Apollo and the KTM to find out how they can maybe change slightly the block design. They are the experts, not me, to reduce the tire noise.
Anything that you feel you'd want to change or modify, being the mod man yourself?
I would like KTM to make available some OEM accessories. A rally seat. See, Royal Enfield has nailed that process, right? There's so many things we can get for the Himalayan 450 to customize it to our own right. There's a rally seat, there is a touring seat, there is a low seat, apart from the obviously stock seat. So there are 4 options with height adjustment. So we have about 8 or 9 different ways we can go about on a Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. I wish this can have those options. I hope KTM is working on it to give alternate seat options. There is nothing wrong with this seat, CK.
Yeah. No, after riding, yes, yeah.
Yeah, if I don't have a choice, I'm not going to complain about it.
Nothing that we are moaning about.
However, this is good. There can always be something better.
So that's the only thing that you would want KTM to consider,
Yeah,
to
and
make the ownership better.
luggage options, racks, saddlebag stays, things like that.
Things like that.
Give an option. Give an option of being able to carry luggage, an option of an alternate seat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me stop boring you. One last question before I let you go. So this is for you. If someone is considering the KTM ADV 390 to buy, what are the other options should he or she ride, evaluate before making the decision?
Himalayan 450.
That's the only thing?
Yeah. These 2 motorcycles are in a class of their own. I would say above anything else in the ADV, the touring, the soft enduro, that kind of a category. It's okay to do some commuting. It is okay to go for a breakfast ride. It is good to go on long highway tours. It is good to go into some trails. Considering this, take a ride of that, because even today, after 4 months and 3,000 kilometers, I am undecided which is
The best?
the better one.
Yeah, not the best, the better one.
I would have more information once I take this out for a 5,000-6,000 kilometer ride, which we hope to do later this year.
Yeah.
So till such time, I am sitting on the fence, wearing good protection, because sitting on the fence can hurt.
True.
So anybody considering this motorcycle, for information and awareness sake, please check out the Himalayan 450 and preferably ride it back to back. And please don't ride it in heavy traffic and then say this is lighter. And that's a
known thing.
Yeah, it's quite obvious. See how you can get an opportunity for yourself to ride it on a little bit of open roads and some bad roads also. So that's what I would say, CK.
Thank you. If you have any further question, please do list it out, and Bosky will make his best attempt to get back to you, just like how he did to me.
Yeah, he's fired away 30 odd questions at me, and I'm sure he would have missed some. Shoot it in the comments and we will do our best to answer. Till next time, take care.